Welcome to Same Spit, Different Face TV. Well, my opinions is facts, and if you don't like my opinions, you can start your own podcast. And it's free. So don't forget to spit on the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification. Now, Diddy and Cassie. Cassie has been added to a lawsuit, and also obviously because Diddy is the billionaire, he's been added to it. But one of the escorts basically say, listen, Cassie was the one who was doing a lot of these things. He says that Cassie made him have sex with her on her ministration, and he said she manipulated the room by turning the lights off. He also said that she aborted his baby without her consent. Now, obviously, I don't think he gonna get a win for that. It's her body, her choice. You know how we live in 2025. So, but it's so crazy that he brought up this lawsuit today because today on Twitter, I was literally saying, well, if Cassie is a victim of transportation for prostitution, then I'm like, the two escorts definitely have to be transportation for prostitutions. Now, I'm gonna take this video a whole nother way though right now. I've been seeing a lot of people being advocates. Even Mark Lamont Hill said that a woman should be able to do what she wants with her body, and he believed that prostitution should be legalized. And in a lot of places, it is legalized. We got the bunny ranches and all those type of stuff, right? And I think the bunny ranches in Vegas, and because of the state where it's sitting is Vegas, it sit between two places, and the place where it actually sit, the law for it there makes it legal to be able to do, right? But for me, this brings up a whole nother question that everybody should be asking themselves. When is it legal or when is it illegal to buy a prostitute? Now, when you see a woman selling her body out there, a lot of people say it's her body, her choice. She should be allowed to do that. So on the same token, shouldn't the guy be allowed to buy a prostitute if he want to buy a prostitute? So when we look at this guy and he's saying, yo, I'm a prostitute, and he openly talks about being an escort, he openly talks about dealing with people in the higher echelon of society. Well, isn't that a choice you made? You made a choice to be a prostitute. Nobody coerced you into it. Nobody lied. So for him to be suing Diddy and Cassie is kind of weird in my personal opinion, but also at the same time, he is a prostitute. He was paid for his services. And the crazy thing that I'm looking at about this now is with him actually suing, could we see a possibility where they bring Diddy up on more charges in order to try to get him more time in jail? So let's just say, okay, now here's a new prostitute. Okay, let's end up putting this prostitute case on him, and we can get him for transportation of a prostitute. But all of that type of stuff, man, just looking at that. But one thing that I think it was the channel Law and Order, they did say is that if this was one of those situations where Diddy was caught on the street with a prostitute, he would probably get 6 months in jail and a fine, or maybe even plead to like some probation and some type of counseling or therapy, whatever that may be, in the fine. So the time he about to get, 10 years, maybe time served, it kind of depends on this judge. And I don't think this judge is as strong as he appeared to be in the beginning. I think that this judge can be swayed. And when I say swayed, I don't mean like somebody will try to bribe him off or pay him. I think that public opinion can eat at him. And I think that he can go back in here and say, and obviously he wouldn't say it out loud, but he could be thinking in his mind, yo, he was sex trafficking these women. He was abusive to these women. He used his money to control these women. And although he wasn't found guilty of those things, I'm going to give him the max because I feel like he got away with something that he shouldn't have gotten away with. That's something that the judge could do. When we look at O.J. Simpson, he was put in a situation where he got wrapped up in something where he shouldn't have been given so much time in jail, but he was given in time in jail. And a lot of people felt like the judge felt like he got away with something with the Nicole situation, so he's gonna give him that time on the back end. And I forgot how much time O.J. Simpson ended up doing. It was like 10 years he did or something. I think he initially got 17 years. But anyway, it's just one of those situations where we have to understand, what side of the law are you standing on? Is it her body, her choice? And if it's her body, her choice, her deciding to be a prostitute or her being transported for prostitution, is that just not a big deal because that's something she wanted to do? It's just a whole bunch of different things to this. And when we look at this guy filing this lawsuit, he's basically saying, yo, Cassie opened herself up to this lawsuit when she got on the stand and lied. And A lot of the stuff the guy's looking at, he's saying, yo, Cassie lied because I was there. I knew what she was saying. I knew it was times where we were trying to stop, but she was trying to keep going, etc., and all of that type of stuff, right? So, and that's what happened, man. When you open yourself up to some of these things and you say some of these things, hey, people gonna look at it as a payday. And she got 30 million reasons for him to try to sue her anyway. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. And if you hit the subscribe button, you're a part of the Spit Squad. So hit the like button. And for any Diddy videos you probably missed, go to the Diddy playlist and the end screen. Check out my original Chicago hood movie in the end screen, No Time to Play Fair. If you into sneakers, you a sneakerhead, you love seeing the new Jordans, Pumas, whatever it may be, subscribe to Kicking It with Fairplay 2333. If you're trying to follow me on my basketball journey, my weightlifting and fitness journey, and also be inspired to get back on your fitness journey, subscribe to Fairplay, Flex, and Fadeaway. Also, any of these pages I just named, you can also find them on TikTok or Instagram.